Have you ever looked at a celebrity pregnancy glow and wondered if it felt as effortless as it looked from the outside? Jinger Duggar has spent years in the public eye, and lately she has been getting real about something a lot of moms quietly relate to. After welcoming her third child, she opened up about the tougher side of pregnancy and postpartum, including the body image challenges that can hit even when everything seems picture-perfect on social media. Fans who followed her journey through 3 pregnancies have long commented on how she seemed to carry each one with style and confidence. Now she is sharing that the reality was more complicated, and that honesty is striking a chord. If you have ever felt the pressure to bounce back quickly or wondered what it is really like behind the curated posts, this update pulls back the curtain on one of the more private Duggar sisters and shows why her latest comments feel so familiar. Jinger Nicole Duggar was born in 1993 as the 6th of 19 children to Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. The family rose to national fame through the TLC series 19 Kids and Counting, which later continued in various forms as Counting On. Viewers watched the large Arkansas family navigate daily life under strict conservative values, with the older children gradually stepping into adult roles and marriages. Jinger stood out early for her quieter personality and later for choosing a path that took her farther from the family compound. In 2016, she married former professional soccer player turned pastor Jeremy Vuolo. The couple eventually settled in California, built a life centered on their podcast and books, and kept a lower public profile than some of their siblings. They welcomed daughter Felicity Nicole in 2018, followed by Evangeline Jo in 2020 after an earlier miscarriage, and then their first son, Finnegan Charles, on March 29, 2025. That third pregnancy and the months that followed formed the backdrop for the reflections Jinger shared this past June. Reflections that have given fans a clearer window into how she actually felt during those seasons of change. In mid-June 2026, Jinger answered follower questions on her Instagram stories. One person asked for advice on handling body image struggles both during pregnancy and after giving birth. Her response was direct. She said she had struggled with body image quite a bit, and that pregnancy and postpartum had been some of the harder seasons for her in that area. At the same time, she made clear she would never trade the experience, because bringing her children into the world was always worth it in the end. She explained that she tried to eat healthy when she could during pregnancy, but she had also learned to give herself grace during those seasons. What helped her feel most like herself afterward was getting back into a workout routine, even if it was something as simple as walks with the baby in the stroller. Those small steps, she noted, helped her feel stronger both physically and mentally. The timing of these comments matters. Finnegan was just over a year old when she spoke, so the postpartum period was still relatively recent. Jinger had already been open in earlier conversations about the emotional challenges that can accompany new motherhood. On an episode of the Jeremy and Jinger podcast in April 2025, while still pregnant with Finnegan, she discussed postpartum depression after Evangeline's birth. She described feeling as if she were in a dark hole around the 14-month mark while still nursing, and said that stopping nursing helped lift that cloud. She admitted that the memory of that difficulty brought a certain fear when she became pregnant again, a worry that she might return to the same dark place. Jeremy noted that the shift in her mood after weaning had been noticeable and relatively quick. Those earlier remarks provide context for the body image honesty that followed more than a year later. The two conversations together paint a consistent picture of a mother who is willing to name the hard parts rather than present only the highlights. Throughout her pregnancies, many observers online described Jinger as looking polished and put together. Fans regularly commented on her outfits, her hair, and the way she appeared to carry the physical changes with ease. Some used words like glowing or stylish. Yet her June 2026 statements make plain that the internal experience did not always match the external impression. She has not claimed to have had an easy time of it. Instead, she has emphasized grace, small consistent habits, and the understanding that the discomfort is temporary compared with the lasting joy of her children. That balance, acknowledging struggle while still celebrating the outcome, is what has resonated with people who follow her. It also fits the broader pattern of her public life since leaving Arkansas. Through her memoir and podcast, she has gradually shared more about the process of rethinking some of the teachings she grew up with, while still holding on to her faith and family priorities. The body image discussion feels like another step in that measured openness. Public reaction to her recent comments has been largely supportive. On social media and in comment sections under news coverage, many mothers said they felt seen. Some noted that it was refreshing to hear a former reality star admit the same insecurities that ordinary women face after giving birth. Others appreciated the practical advice about gentle movement and self-compassion rather than extreme diets or timelines. A smaller number of voices pointed out that Jinger still presents a relatively polished image online and wondered how much of the struggle remains private. Media coverage from outlets that regularly follow the Duggars treated the story's answers as a straightforward personal share rather than a major controversy. The overall tone has been one of recognition rather than debate. Fans who have watched her through 3 pregnancies seem to value the reminder that even someone who often looks confident can still wrestle with how her body has changed. Looking ahead, there are no confirmed announcements about another pregnancy or major family expansion for Jinger and Jeremy. In earlier interviews, she has spoken carefully about the future, focusing on the children they already have and the life they are building in California. Viewers who follow their podcast can expect continued conversation about parenting, faith, and everyday challenges. Any new developments would likely come first through their own channels rather than through outside reports. For now, the most recent verified update remains her willingness to discuss the emotional and physical realities of the postpartum period with honesty. Jinger Duggar Vuolo's latest comments offer a clear takeaway. Pregnancy and the months that follow can be complicated even for someone who appears to handle them gracefully in public. She has 3 children she clearly loves, a marriage that has weathered public scrutiny, and a growing comfort with naming the harder seasons. Her admission that body image struggles were real for her, paired with the practical ways she works through them, gives fans something solid to hold on to. What are your thoughts on this latest Duggar family update? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you